Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. We had kind of a mixed trade overnight with beans down about 3 cents. Meal's about unchanged from Friday's close. Oil's up slightly. Corn's unchanged. Chicago wheat's unchanged. Kansas City's down 2 cents, while Minneapolis is down about 9 cents. Equity markets are steady, maybe a little bit lower. We've got the dollar higher and crude lower. I think that this week is going to be about weather and also the USDA report on Wednesday. As far as weather is concerned, it was dry over the weekend across most of Argentina and southern Brazil, and the temperatures were above normal. Now, the forecast calls for rains a week from now in parts of Argentina and southern Brazil. Our weather guy doesn't think that there's a big change in the overall La Nina weather pattern that might offer stress to Paraguay, Argentina, and the southern part of Brazil. We did see a lot of talk about somewhere between maybe 15 and 20 million tons lost in the South American soybean crop, which might have offered support with beans trading now over $14. And somewhere maybe between 8 and 10 million tons of the corn. The second Brazil crop might fare out better than the first crop, so Brazil may not be a total disaster for both corn and beans, like maybe Paraguay and parts of Argentina could see continued stress. On Wednesday, the USDA is going to be giving us a lot of numbers. As far as quarterly D1 stocks, wheat around 1,400, corn 11,600,000, and soybeans a little over 1,300. Most of those numbers, except for wheat, would be a little negative versus last year. We also note that winter wheat acres are supposed to be at 34.2 versus 33.6 last year. And I think the key there is hard red winter wheat weather conditions if it continues to remain dry. We also note that as far as ending stocks carry out, wheat 608 versus 598 previous, corn 1472 versus 1493, and beans 348 versus 340. And again, the keys of there, I think, will be what the USDA does to exports for soybeans and wheat, if they drop them or not. Also, I think the big thing in corn and beans is whether or not last year's crop is bigger than what the USDA said in November. Outside markets, there is discussions between U.S. and Russia concerning Ukraine, and also Russia and NATO concerning the border and with Russia. We also be watching a lot of economic data out of China and also the U.S. as this Omicron virus continues to spread. We'll also be watching the job markets. It's an interesting statistic I didn't even know people were keeping, in that last week 4 million workers here in the United States called in sick. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. Remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.